Welcome to the next episode of the CAPB podcast. Today we have a first. We welcome back a guest. So welcome Jack Wiles, the founder of RB Club. Welcome, Jack.
RB Club, yeah. How you doing?
Hi, Jack.
Yeah,
good, mate.
Yeah, very good.
Mate, thanks for giving us the time, mate. You are easily one of the busiest people on social media. No question, mate. With the development of the brand, the running of the business, it's brilliant to see, mate. And I can't wait to hear about where you were when you came on the podcast like 18 months ago with what was Rugby Buckets to where we are now.
My God.
Which is mad.
We was in the old unit then, wasn't we?
We was,
the
yeah.
old unit.
Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah,
honestly.
Do you remember someone banging on the door?
Yeah.
No one's been up here all morning, and then bang, bang, bang.
You're like, I think it might have even been your dad, and you're like, I'm on a podcast, man. Yeah.
I still haven't found out who that was, because the two people I thought it was, my own man and a guy, ex-bootneck named Crowy. So I thought it was him, and I texted him after, no, it wasn't me. So
yeah. Oh, that old chestnut.
Both of them.
Oh, mate. Honestly, let's get straight into it. Jack, for those who maybe didn't listen to the other episode, first of all, go back and listen to it. Secondly, you served in the RAF Regiment. Give us a little recap of what your military career looked like, Jack.
So I done 10 years, passed out in 2014 and went straight to the Queen's Colour Squadron, now known as the King's Colour Squadron. Danced around the world for 5 years. In that time I passed pre-para and was eligible then to go to Special Forces Support Group, and I finished my career down there after 5 years and got out just over 2 years ago. But yeah, good times, 2 tours, loads of STTs, loads of travelling, and I'd recommend any young lad to go and do it, or girl.
Mate, what I love as well is that it was your service that kind of, although you're a bit, as we mentioned on the other podcast, you're a thoroughbred entrepreneur. It was your service that kind of led you to starting your first business, which was the foundations of RB Club. Yeah,
I think definitely having an eye for detail, especially being on the Queen's Colour Squadron, like your kit's got to be immaculate. You're in front of royalty, Buckingham Palace forecourt, all that kind of stuff. Personally, I think one of the best drill units in the world. Not what I've seen recently, or some of the videos have been terrible, but back when I was there and before, definitely one of the best in the world. But yeah, I think moving into business, it hands itself quite easily to military lads, because one, we've got the drive to go. Like, there's not 8 hours in a shift. I'll fucking work 24/7 if I have to. And just having that determination to win, I think it carries over really well.
I think that's a really good way of leading into what your business was. You know, you had Rugby Buckets, well documented on your social media, arguably better than anybody else's. That story of seeing something on YouTube, thinking, I've got an idea for this, making bucket hats, and just the viral videos and the people, how much people got behind it. Did you ever think then that your business and your brand would be where it is now?
This was always the plan, Matt, from the start. Like, I looked back at my notes a few months back, and I had the original ones when I was sitting in the bedroom next door when I was doing bucket hats, cutting them by hand, pressing them with an iron, get into clothing. But trying to get a following with a clothing brand is double hard. Like, there's no niche to film. You're the same as every other person. When you're doing clothing, what can you film? You can film the item, film the packing, film the behind the scenes stuff. But with the bucket hats, it's such a niche, and it's so interesting to see what we turn stuff into. Our following grew substantially, and then kind of moving into the clothing stuff. Customers are already in love with what we do. They're behind the brand, behind the story, and just showing them then, right, we're not just doing this now, we're doing this. And yeah, it's gone from strength to strength.
Have you always been into fashion?
I've always liked my clothes, mate. Yeah, I've always my old girl was a big into her fashion, like clothing wise. I was wearing £130 jeans as a fucking 8-year-old, mate, like diesel jeans. But then when I had to pay for them myself, I didn't buy them anymore. Then when I started wearing them. But yeah, I've always loved my clothes, mate. I mean, when you're in the military, I wouldn't dress like I do now in the military. Fuck me. It's a pair of Levi's and a t-shirt. That's it, and an Arc'teryx jacket. But yeah, I'm a bit more, I'd say, on brand with my clothing now. More so because the missus, she couldn't stand me in skinny jeans and a pair of Vans. So I'm basically a little fucking model for her now. Just
in Solomon's walking trousers and a rab jacket.
We walk into Zara, mate, and she's going, "Oh, they look nice." Going, yeah, I'll try it on. So
she's a genius behind it, mate.
He's a mastermind, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, but Jack, but when she said it looked nice, she meant for her. Like, she put her out in a crop top.
Jack, I think it's an interesting point, fashion, right? And because fashion's subjective, right? Yeah. Clothing's subjective. So I think that you're saying you always want to have like a clothing brand, I think is incredible. But what I love and what I've loved following is like your levers in through rugby and almost sort of saying what blokes wear to the rugby is dated.
Yeah.
Where, and it doesn't need to be generic brown shoes, jeans, rugby shirt. There can be an alternative. And I think that is huge, mate. When you talk about business, you talk about wider businesses and having a vision of having a business and selling shit can be done really quickly. A vision to change how people watch a sport, I think that's epic, mate.
Yeah. Rugby is such classed as a middle class sport, isn't it? But that's not the rugby I've ever known. Fucking when I grow up, everyone's a working class person. It's not pink chinos and a cream shirt, like. So I think it's trying to show that rugby can look like this. It's not just that. And I think it's massive now, especially with the women's rugby coming in, what they're doing with the fashion stuff. And I think everyone's kind of turning their heads towards it. And Counter Ruck, who are another social media channel, they are pushing on it massively, like that culture around football. Why haven't we had it in rugby? So yeah, it's moving. It's all moving in the right direction, mate. And I think we are at the top of where of in that kind of market, and what we're bringing out this year. We can be
the shift from the hats to the main clothing brand. Was that a sort of like a calculated decision at a point where you'd say, right, when the hats have done this is when I'm going to, or was it a case of I'm just going to make the decision now and go for it now? Or did you feel that you needed to get to a particular point before you took it up to that? I wouldn't even say the next level, the next 5 levels above that from start.
Yeah, Paul, it was like, because it was always on my mind, mate. It wasn't something that was just 1 week and then the next week I'm doing it. It was there from the start, mate. It was there from when I was doing it in this bedroom. It was something that was there every single day and thinking, oh, we could do that. But we just kept riding the ship with the bucket hats, building the following, building the audience, building the engagement. And I think it worked well. People trusted what we produced with the hats, that I think they knew if I was doing clothing, it was going to be the same quality. So, yeah, I think it was never an overnight decision, mate. It was years.
Yeah. Was it scary making that decision though when it came to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was scary rebranding from the name, and only now. So me and the missus went on the piss in Cardiff before Christmas, and it was the first time I get spotted in Cardiff a lot. Like people come in saying, "Oh, Rugby Buckets, have a photo." But it was the first time there was a load of RAF lads out on a Christmas do. Me and the missus in Peppermint, and they all came in. They were like, "Oh my God, RB Club!" And that was the first time someone had said,
"RB Club."
So it was the change, and it was like, that was nice. That was a nice feeling, having people notice us, not just as this novelty bucket hat company, to now actually being a clothing brand and using the new name.
I think, mate. I think what you've done again is class, and what I really like is that it's not like a military directed brand in any way whatsoever. A lot of guys set up military companies, military brands, and leverage all those experience they knew from the military. It's very much focused on the sport, and with the sport, it's the celebrities and the channels and the magazines. The engagement from the professional level of sport with RB Club is phenomenal, and some of the names that can be linked back to having been involved at some point. Some of the names that you've done work for. Yeah. There must be some moments where you think, shit, man.
Yeah.
You know,
like the last 2 weeks, mate, some of the people I've had on the phone, man, it's blown my mind. Like, and we've had 3 really big ones in the last 2 weeks, and I'm like, fucking hell. It shows that it's not talking about Rugby Buckets, it's talking about RB Club, which it shows that we're in that space and we're doing well there. It's just keep going. You might be seeing me on some big YouTube channel. You might be seeing RB Club in a magazine in the rugby world. But yeah,
I mean, I get it'll always be second to being on the CAPB podcast, but I mean, it's huge.
Of course. It's huge. I've said this to you. The only time I'll do another podcast if it's with Joe Rogan. This is the only one I'm doing.
I love that. You heard it here first. And that's legally binding, by the way. I wrote it in my notebook. I got a notebook.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what I mean? Mate, but I thought, and it doesn't surprise me. That's what I get at. It doesn't surprise me, mate, because even when it was Rugby Buckets, you were making hats for Joe Marley, you were making hats for Sia Khaleesi, you were making hats for these huge people. And like you said, that doesn't happen just because you've got a gimmick. It happens because you've got a reputation, because you've put the graft in, because you've producing quality. So it's zero surprise to me that RB Club is taking off. And some of the stuff I've seen recently, like the thing you wear, the t-shirt, the long sleeve t-shirt you're wearing now, I love that. I love that kind of stuff, as well as almost the re-energizing of the retro rugby shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of calculated, brilliant things you've been doing, mate.
Yes, mate. I think the stuff we're bringing out this year, you'll have a new full wardrobe of t-shirts. I wanted to have kind of not a military feel to it, but you can see it was done by a military lad kind of effort with the graphic tees we're going to bring out. Because me and the guy that does my ads, Jack, we were speaking about it the other day, and I was like, I'm not just a rugby lad, I'm a military lad, and our following is military. Obviously, I'll never be down that road of it's a fucking military clothing kind of stuff, but a nod to it, like the pickup truck. They all tell a story. So, yeah, we'll be touching more into that.
I think it's huge, mate. It's part of your foundation that made you as good a businessman as you are. Yeah. And as I say, I remember following you, stumbling across you, and having no idea that you were military until there was like I think your service dress was hanging up in the background, and it was like, fuck. And I love it. You know, we are huge ambassadors for the veteran community. We are huge supporters of all veteran-owned businesses. That's it's the foundation to the podcast. And to see veterans doing well is brilliant. It's everything and more. And I think it's class to have a veteran like you, who's now, as I say, it's a brand. It's a recognised brand outside of the normal circles in a sport as global as rugby. I think it's genuinely, I think it's fucking ace, mate.
Yeah, I think so, mate. It's mental, isn't it? Well, I put a graft in, mate. I haven't. My head's had a hard time over the last year. It's been hard.
Mate, I think that's a real. None of this is easy, and maybe people look at some of the social media and they look at the success and they think, "Fucking yeah, piece of piss. I'm gonna do that."
Mate,
it isn't, mate.
Regularly last year, mate. I was in a bad place last year. Last 6 months of last year, mate. I was waking up I've been tears in the morning. Like, it's just so scary. Like, the money we invested, the stuff, is it going to work? And fuck me. I was rock bottom back end of last year, and I'd stopped fizzing, which I've realised now I can't go without. I need to do it every day. Yeah, it was a tough time last year, but I feel like this start of this year now, I've been through everything within a short space of time, all the problems, everything that popped up. We got through it, which was a nice thing. It's nice to have it all in a short, compressed part of time, and we just, right, it can't get fucking worse, surely.
Just pick up on something, Jack. You said we got through it. Do you think having that solid support network around you, with your missus, with your family,
yeah,
because I remember, again, at the beginning, you built the business around family, mate. Everyone you could look in the eye involved in what you were creating was blood, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
and I think
my missus, man, fuck, I wouldn't be here. I didn't mean to say that. We wouldn't be where we was if it weren't for her. Just me having that shoulder to fucking talk to, cry on, anything. It was just, she's such a support network for me. I'm my old man as well. Talk to him about everything, anything. And he's always got a good idea, like how to manage a situation. And because my old man is a very intelligent bloke and very practical in everything he does, but he not entrepreneurial whatsoever. So it baffles him to see what I'm doing and the risks we take to get to where we are now. And he's even pulling his hair out. He hasn't got any, but he's pulling his hair out, seeing what I'm doing. It's like he's living it with me to see the stuff I do. And it's like when we put an order in for clothing, it's like fucking 25 grand. And we're like, fuck. It's like, you got to make it back. But there's no risk, no reward. And I love it, mate. That's the be all and end all of it. I love what I do.
Mate, and I think again, there's so much, I'm picking so much to talk about. It's like the risk is controlled risk. You're not firing from the hip saying it's 25 grand and I'm gonna produce fucking, a widget. You're like, I believe in this. We have tested it. I have faith in my brand. I've got faith in the quality. I can stand behind it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Which is, it's like, invest in anything, start in anything, even if you had 100 quid and you're like, I'm going to spend 100 quid. 100 quid's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But to sit there and go, no, I totally believe in this. And I know I'm going to make it back. It might take us a little bit longer, whatever, but we've got a plan. I think it's that level of bravery, mate. And I think some of that links back to, like we were talking earlier on, to the military, that level of going, no, we're doing this and it's going to be successful.
That was my biggest, because with the bucket hats, mate, there was no cash flow. Realistically, like what all we had to buy was bags, postage bags, labels, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all little bits. But when you get into the clothing game, then you learn quite quick that it's cash flow heavy. You've got cash goes out, cash comes in, it goes back out, it comes back in, it goes back. It's just an endless cycle, but that's how you scale it. And just, I struggled with it massively last year, like 3-4 months. I was like, oh my God, every day. And not sleeping, just like sitting there in bed going, fuck. But it's part, like every business person I speak to now, I mention it and they go, get used to it, mate. Get used to it. It's part of it.
You're like, no, that's not what I want to hear. I want you to say, no, the solution's this.
And
he fixes it. And you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. And like my uncle said to me, Jack, I've been doing, he's got his own plumbing firm, like, and he said 26 years, whatever he's been doing, he's like, Jack, get used to it, my boy. That's what it is. And I'm like, fuck, I was expecting a way out there. There's not.
Mate, I got a question. Do you know how many like line items you've got? How many products you've got?
4, fucking hell. 1, 2, 3.
And the reason I ask is not the exact. I don't need to know the exact number. What's your favorite? Because you've produced so much stuff: t-shirts, the boonies, the RB club buckets, the vests, the rugby tops, the tracksuits, the hoodies.
The shorts.
You know what I mean? The shorts. I can't like. I've got RB club shorts on. I don't want to move the computer in case I ruin it. I'll just take them off and show you it's easier.
I'd say
don't take them. Oh, Jesus. X-rated.
The new knitwear.
Oh, knitwear.
Knitwear. Oh, love
Look
some
at
knitwear.
that.
Mate, I've got about 15 to 20 knits in my wardrobe, and that is by far the highest quality one I've ever seen. It's unreal.
And they're available now?
1st of Feb.
1st of Feb, mate. 1st of Feb. Genius, mate. So have you got a number of things coming out 1st of Feb?
Yeah.
New lines?
Yeah. I got a bit of equine, yeah.
Yeah, so have I. I don't know what that is. I think it's probably Paul. What's the weather like, Paul? Fixed. See?
Fuck.
The sound problems are always from Paul, mate, because he lives in Mordor in Middle Earth, mate. And he's where he's working in Fob Spruce. He's got a Wrigley tin roof, mate.
Yeah.
And when it rains, which is 79% of the year, do you know what I mean? He's like, no, it's not me, mate. My microphone's fine. I'm like, go on mute. Oh, look at that.
It's that rain up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I as I say, I don't know what happened there, what we were going, but I think that the knitwear is, I think it's just class, mate, and I think it brings another edge to not just being with sport. You're a sports brand.
Yeah.
It's wearing clothes for sport.
The plan this year, mate, is we're going to be a bit more premium. It's going to be a higher price, but one, a lot of it will be in the UK. Two, the quality's gone up from last year. And three, like I said from the start of doing the clothing, I want to make stuff I want to wear. So if it costs £10-15 more, so be it. I'd rather have something I'm really proud of than something I'm sending out and I'm like, Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's more about what I want to build in the next 5 years. I want to compete with I want to be the biggest rugby brand in terms of the UK, not in the world, because Adidas, I'm not going to catch them.
I don't know, mate. I reckon we're after Rogan, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on, you bastard.
No, I think that level of vision is so important, mate. It's so important to not just be like, I want to turn a few quid selling T-shirts. It's very much I want to do this. Having a high level vision to focus towards is massive, I think, mate. And I think
I don't see the point in doing it, mate. I want to build a brand where we've got 50 employees. Like, what's the point of half-arsing? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well. So we're going to knock Canterbury off the top spot and fucking get up there.
I think it's brilliant, mate. And also, mate, listen, right? You're from Maesteg, right? All of us here are from Wales. And Wales is not, like you said, there's not money on the streets, mate. You've got to earn your graft. It's full of grafters, mate, everywhere. And for you to be successful in a business in Wales, you've got to really put a shift in. And I think, like you said, the people you're employing, the people who are around you, where you're building the brand, I think that kind of thing, I think, it puts a place on the map a little bit, mate. And it's class to see Welsh businesses and Welsh people, mate, just doing well. I think it's mega, mate. I really, really do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just looking at the mountain of the sheep.
Standard, mate. That you're like, ooh.
Getting a bit peckish.
So, what is the eventual dream? Is the eventual dream for people to walk into JD Sports and next to your Nike and your Adidas RB Club, or is the dream to have an RB Club shop?
I'm not giving them a fucking cut.
Fair one, yeah.
No, I don't know, mate. I feel like at the minute it's just chase down the big dogs, do something different and do it the best we can. I don't think I can ask any more of myself than that. Just create stuff that I want to see, make sure it's the top quality that I can produce, and keep telling the story of why we're doing it and how we're doing it.
I think, mate, honestly, I think it's a recipe to success is the quality is king. And I think like the amount of times we've had a lot of conversations like offline and not on the podcast where you've had stock, it's not been right. you've gone to a supplier that you've just not been happy. So it's like it might delay the release of an item rather than if I put it out, people will buy it, but they won't buy again.
Mate,
because it'll be shit.
We just had samples through of trucker caps and hoodies. Oh my fucking God. They just haven't listened to anything. This is why I'm on about dealing with China. We waited for those samples 2 months. And I wouldn't wear them, mate. They're fucking awful. They look shit. And it's like, we waited 2 months for them. If I was doing this in the UK, we could have done this within a week, had the changes made, and they'd be on sale in 2 weeks. Yes, a little bit higher in price, but the quality's better, quicker service. So why don't we?
We've had obviously another veteran-owned brand on, Jacob Lockwood of Lockwood Smocks, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he is what a character. A shout out Jacob Lockwood.
Yeah,
but he is an absolute. Again, he's a premium brand.
Yeah.
But he only wants to sell British, mate. He wants to take the business to the British companies. He doesn't want to outsource that way. He is like so passionate about it. And I think there's a happy medium somewhere, because not everyone can be a premium brand. Not everyone can just start and go to a British thing. But I think there's definitely something in it.
We're not going to be to that. We're not going to be to the scale of what Jacob's doing with everything is made in the UK. Like, it's more for our staple products. They're made abroad. They're sent to us. We screen print and label in the UK. It wouldn't be. It's not cost effective, mate. I'd have to charge 300 quid for a hoodie. It's like,
and that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, you know what I mean? Bring in where you can, because we've got another guy's been on the podcast, Connect. He does something similar, mate. You know, Andy Collins he's another Welsh bloke, mate, up in North Wales. He's got a great little brand, mate, and he's a bloody good bloke as well, you know. Yeah. And he's the same. He's like, where I can get things done in the UK, I'm going to do it in the UK. Where I can do things myself and learn the skill set and do that, I'm going to do it in the UK. And it brings, again, I think it just shares the love a little bit. And one of the things it really does is reduce the feedback loop. Like you said, someone can do something for you and you can go, nah, and I'll go, okay, cool. As opposed to, no, 2 months later.
And like being able to go, like with the t-shirts, mate, it was done down in Cardiff with a guy I've known for a few years now. And just being able to stand there and look at the garment, look at it and going, that's not right. That's right. The sizing, and it's not over WhatsApp and stuff like that. It's like, it's so much easier. And it feels like you get a better end product because you're able to actually say from your mouth to someone else who's Welsh or English, whatever, this is how I want it.
Yeah. And
there's a reason. The reason is because of this.
Yeah, totally. Especially when, again, it's lots of money, isn't it? To buy stock's lots of money, and you can't afford to have money in stuff that's going to take 2 or 3 months to get on the shelf.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Things are in as quick as they're out. So it's, mate. Yeah. I just wanted to again sort of touch back on something you mentioned earlier on, like last year having quite a rough year, or towards the end of last year. Like, that self-care is really important, and I see you've taken up running again.
Yeah.
I think it's ace, mate. Running, we're not a running podcast, but I love running, mate.
Yeah.
I am not a fucking particularly good runner, but I really have.
I'd say you are, Matt.
Fuck off.
Oh
my God. No.
I'm not, mate. We are not.
Gonna fucking dine out on that now. He's gonna dine out on that. I'm so really good runner. Fuck off.
Miles might get one of those walking desks. But it's like, genuinely, like, how important is it?
Yeah.
That time, and the reason I say running over other sports is, like, running is something that you can just throw your trainers on and you can go, and I've got 2 kids, busy wife, busy life, all that kind of stuff. And when people say, to get better at running, strength train, go to the gym, do these things, I would rather go out running, mate, where I can just clear my head. It's horrible. It hurts.
Yeah.
But like, get back, you're like, fucking yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, totally, mate. I'm trying to get mine cracked in the mornings, unless I've got like a longer one I'll do in lunchtime or whatever. But first thing in the morning, mate, I'm either on the treadmill or out on the roads, and I'm absolutely loving it, mate, at the minute. It's nice to have that bug back. The fittest I've been was before pre-para or during pre-para. When I was running 6 minute miles, mate, I could hold a 6 minute mile. I'm never going to be back to that speed, but it'd be nice to get back down to a 7 minute mile in for 6 miles and I can hold it. Like, but it's what it's doing for my head, mate. It's not, I get away from all the thoughts, everything. It's quiet time, even though it's shit and you're hating it every step, but you're like, this is helping me massively.
But where you live is similar to where Paul lives, in the sense that you can't go anywhere without fucking hill, mate.
It's like that.
You literally, whereas I live in Gloucestershire, mate, right? Honestly, and not only that, but I live in a bungalow. I don't even get my elevation in going upstairs, mate.
That's why your running times are quick. You're flat. You're looking at flat.
It's downhill, mate. Everything's downhill.
Yeah.
But it is like I see, like Paul and I were doing a challenge, and we would do a run, and it would be like I'd look at Paul's, and the timings we're looking at times, like, oh, you've done really well there, Paul. Then I'd look at Paul's elevation and be like, fucking 400 meters elevate. Mate, you did fucking 6 mile, wherever you fucking run, and it's just where Paul lives, mate. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but again, it's where you. But what I was trying to get to with running and stuff is where you both live. It's beautiful, mate. Wales is beautiful, and sometimes if you don't go out and run, or you jump in the car, drive to the gym, you don't get to see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. It is nice, mate. I love it because it rains so much here as well. I love running in the rain. You feel like
make it harder.
Yeah, without now.
Hook the building.
I went out yesterday, mate, and it weren't raining, no rain in the sky. I was like, oh, happy days. Quick 5 mile blast. Like, as soon as I went up to the end of the street, boom. I was like, here we go.
Oh, mate, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Right. So, I guess we spoke about what's next, and I guess what's next is there's a big drop on the 1st of Feb, is there?
1st of Feb, mate. We're knitwear, long sleeve tees, and then we've got some stuff coming out 1st of March. We're trying to do about 6 this year, 7. Load of we're going big, heavy on the graphic tees, hoodies, all screen printed in the UK, probably most in Wales. But yeah.
If you need a couple of yogurt-bodied models, mate, you're not fucking to ruin your sales averages. Do you know what I mean? Fucking.
I'll bring Lockwood.
Oh, I think it's class, mate. I think it's class. Listen, mate, I appreciate you are a very busy man, mate. I guess the last thing I'll ask is, before we close up the pod, is you have been in business for, what do you say, 2 years in total now?
2 years.
You've been in business for 2 years. You have grown a business. You've rebranded a business. You've scaled a business. Mm-hmm. For anyone listening, watching in the veteran community or wider, is there one bit of advice or a couple of bits of advice that you would say that you would give, having been through all the trials and tribulations of it, mate?
Start social media. Look and watch people, see what they do, see how they make videos, and double down on videos. That's what's going to grow your audience. And fucking get posting 3 times a day, every day. Have thick skin, because you'll get some hate. And yeah, take the attitude you had in the military into your business. You can't go far wrong.
Jack, absolutely class, mate. It's been amazing to have you back on.
Thank you, boys.
And we're looking forward to the drop, mate. Looking forward to the drop and the next drop, which obviously isn't released yet. So
that's the one you want.
That's what I
want.
We
have some caps in that one as well. So
I love a cap, mate. Yeah, I love that. Paul loves a cap too. Keeps his.
Paul needs a cap.
Paul needs a couple of caps.
I do need a couple of caps. Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
See you later, Jack. Take care, mate.
Cheers, buddy.